If you like Eve Echoes but you don't feel you have enough time to play, or you want to be sure you're using your game time wisely, this video is for you. Today we're going to talk about how to play Eve Echoes 5 minutes at a time. Welcome, I'm Dixie Bell with Taskforce Rebellion. The best use of your first 5 minutes of the game is to do what I call the dailies. These are things that if you only have 5 minutes, or 5 minutes a couple of times a day, you'll want to try to get these done. First, click on your profile image in the top left and look at the section called Event. It's in the Social section and in the middle of the page. You may also access events directly by selecting it on the sidebar when you're docked. Then collect any available supplies and any other rewards offered. Looking back at our main menu again, in the first section labeled Personal, click on the skills. If you're not training a skill, your drip could slow down considerably. I've put a link in the description to that information. If you're an alpha, put the skills requiring a shorter time at the top. Once a skill takes you beyond the 24-hour mark, it will remove anything in the queue after it. Omega clones can put more in the queue, but the principle is the same. Next, in the same menu, in the Assets section, is the Concord Pass. Each week, the list resets. You can go in and for 5,000 ISK, refresh the choices for the missions via the button at the far right of each. Then, update the mission to what works best for you. You'll want to do this for each mission listed, and then daily collect any rewards earned until you have the max for the week. In the Others section of the menu, you'll see the Planetary Production. Daily, add time to each of the arrays you've set. When you have more time, you'll want to launch and pick these up as they do get full and then production will stop. In HiSec, no one can steal them, so you'll have the benefit of the full 24 hours to pick them up after you click launch. Those are the dailies that need your attention first. If you have additional time in the day, you have choices as to what you'll want to do next. You could choose to pick up your PI, your Planetary Interactions. Launch the Planetary Interactions and send your ship out. When you log in later, you can pick one up and head to the next. Do be sure the launched can has filled before you pick it up. If it hasn't, no worries, another will launch, and you'll want to be sure not to leave it behind. You could choose to work on your training. The initial training and many of the advanced trainings can be done fairly quickly. You can access this menu by clicking on Profile, Encounters, and then Tutorials. If you have the Show Permanent main interface display selected at the top, you'll be able to access it from your main screen. Just as a side note here, when you get down near the bottom of the advanced training, you'll see a list of additional missions to complete. Do not get bogged down by this. Completing this is not the game per se. Rather, as you play the game, you'll complete this. So have fun. Figure out what you like to do and do it. They'll complete over time. Since you'll be buying skills to train, encounters are a great choice. The main reward is paid when you finish, but for the combat encounters, you get paid on the pirates you killed, also known as rats, in the form of bounties. You also can pick up the loot. If you do some of the small local ones, you may have time to finish. If your group has a fleet doing encounters, you may be able to join and help out. Anomalies are another quick ISK making thing you can do. A note here, we like to think of completing what we start, but anomalies pay per rat. Kill what you have time to kill and dock up. Other quick tasks are setting up industry jobs or buying and selling on the market. Next time I'll show you some things you can do AFK, away from keyboard. If you enjoyed this video, found value, or think someone else would, it would be a help to me if you would please subscribe, like, and share. Also, I'd love for you to comment on other Eve Echoes topics you'd like to know more about. Maybe we can cover that in an upcoming video. Again, this is Dixie Bell with Taskforce Rebellion. Fly safe and see you in New Eden.